you mind just raising your right hand for us, please? Thank you. You solemnly state the testimony you may give in the cause and outcome before this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. Please take a seat on the witness stand there. And please adjust the microphone and state and spell your name for the record.
Leah Elizabeth Martin Brown.
Okay, good luck. You need to raise up your voice.
Sorry. Leah Elizabeth Martin Brown.
Please spell your name for us.
LeahElizabeth.
Thank you.
And Brown, common spelling?
Martin-Brown, common spelling.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Wilson, go ahead.
Good morning, this is Martin Brown. Are you, as you sit here right now, are you nervous?
Yes.
Have you ever testified before?
No.
This is an uncomfortable feeling.
Yes.
All right. I'll try to get through it quickly. On Saturday, November 6th of 2021, were you living, or were you in an apartment at 1600 Vine Street in Hollywood?
Yes.
I'm going to show you, turn off the TV. There's something that works up there that should work. All C's. I'm also gonna, if you don't mind, can I reach over and just see if I can turn this on? There you go.
And what exhibit are you showing us?
This is People's Exhibit 1, Your Honor, the map. Ms. Martin Brown showing you what I marked as People's Exhibit 1. I'm going to direct your attention towards the bottom. You recognize the area that's depicted in that map?
Yes.
And is the apartment that you were at that evening depicted on this map?
Yes.
Can you point to it for us on the screen behind you? And there should be a stick. Okay. All right, and so she's pointing to the northwest corner of Argyle and Selma. The apartment that you were in that evening, did it have either an exterior facing window or a patio area?
Both.
And what street did those windows look out on?
Argyle and then also Selma.
So from the window, you could see the corner of Argyle and Selma?
I could see pretty much all of Argyle and then up until like Selma in the back of Davy Wayne's, which is a club along there.
Where would Davy Wayne's be?
Like around here-ish.
Okay, so you're pointing all the way to the corner of El Centro and Selma, correct?
Yeah.
Was the apartment that you were in, what floor was that on?
The 7th, it was apartment 701.
Okay. So from the 7th floor, you're up high enough that you can see over the buildings there that are at the northeast corner of Argyle and Selma, correct?
Sorry, Sergeant. Ask the court to please modulate it a little bit right there.
Yeah, people's position is it's foundational.
Not the last question.
Read the last question, ma'am. Please.
Okay, so from the 7th floor, you were up high enough that you could see over the buildings that are at the northeast corner of Argyle and Selma, correct?
Sustain. Sustain.
Okay. If I could mark my next exhibit, Your Honor.
6.
Equals 6. One-page document with a single photograph. Here's to depict the corner of Argyle and Selma. Showing you what I just marked as People 6. Do you recognize that street corner?
Yes.
And do you see the building that you were living in this photograph?
Yes.
Can you point to it for us? Right. I'm going to zoom in. You're pointing to the building on the far left of the screen. If I you are? Okay.
Yeah. This here.
How do you want to describe that? So I would say in the photograph, there are a number of, let's see,
Why don't you bring it up to her, let her circle,
I can do that.
and then put it on the projector.
That's good. Thank you. We'll circle it. Yeah, so you do it one more time with a Sharpie. Doesn't really show up with the ball point.
There.
Thank you. Okay. Putting people six back up. The black mark that you made here is the exact document you're talking about, correct? Now, it appears that directly across the street from the building that you are living in, there's a number of buildings on this corner of Argyle and Summer, correct?
Correct.
From your vantage point, could you see over those buildings?
Yes.
Taking you back to People's One, you said you were able to see all the way to Selma and El Centro?
Yes.
That night, so November 6, 2021, at approximately 10:18 p.m., did you call 911?
Yes.
Why did you call 911 that night?
I thought someone had been hurt and I wanted to make sure an ambulance came.
How was it that you thought someone had been hurt?
I saw an altercation and it appeared that there may have been a gun involved. So I thought if someone was hurt, I didn't want them to die, if that had been the case. But again, I was on the 7th floor. So.
How many people were involved in the altercation that you're talking about?
3.
Where was the first place that you saw those 3 people, if you remember?
Walking down Argyle.
When you say walking down Argyle, what street would they have been walking towards?
Selma.
And how far up Argyle, so away from Selma, did you see them? Was there some point of reference that you have?
The parking garage that leads into the El Centro apartments.
Okay. Might be difficult to see here on People's 6, but do you see the entrance to the parking garage on this in this photograph?
Sort of.
Where is it that you sort of see that?
It was a little further up here.
Okay. There's a red.
Indicating on the right-hand side of the photo, halfway up after the first set of cars on the right-hand side of the street.
There's a red sign here that we can see that's vertical. Do you know, does that sign say, if you could read the full thing, does it say parking?
I believe it does, yes.
And would that essentially be the entrance to the parking lot?
Yes.
Maybe a little past that?
It was a little further up that. But
Okay.
yes.
Thank you. What was the first thing that you observed between the interaction of those people that you described?
Again, it was like I was on a 7th floor balcony. It appeared that they were arguing and they kind of ducked under the parking structure roof and there was like some loud yelling and then they appeared to be fine but went around the corner into the back parking lot and then that's where it appeared that there was another kind of issue and there appeared to be like allegedly a gun drawn and someone appeared to be shot.
Okay. I want to start at the parking garage. You said you saw you saw these three people arguing outside of the garage. Did you see a firearm at all while they were outside of the garage?
I was on the 7th floor.
I understand your perspective. From the 7th floor, did you see anything that
Not at that
resembled?
time.
Okay. So the only thing that you observed from the area right in front of the parking garage was arguing? Is that what you're saying?
They seemed to go sort of underneath the roof. There may have been like something physical, but it was obscured by predominantly it was obscured by the roof.
Did you see any physical contact between those men?
Very briefly before underneath, but again, I don't want to speak on that any further.
Thank you. And I'm not asking you to speculate on anything that you're saying happened when you couldn't see them, but from the point that you could see them, what physical contact was it that you saw?
Someone appeared to grab someone.
Were there any, where on the person who was grabbed, where on their body were they grabbed?
I'm not sure, I was too far away.
Did you see any punches thrown or anything like that?
I said what I saw.
Okay.
I don't really.
Thank you. You saw one person grabbed, and then they.
And then they kind of went underneath it, like there's like a roof thing that obscured things.
All right. Fair to say, while they were under this roof or overhang, you couldn't see them, correct?
Correct.
When you next saw any of the individuals involved in that scuffle, where was that person going?
The three of them appeared to, again, I couldn't identify who was who. They just all looked like people to me. I just saw them all in a group walking towards Selma.
Were all three of them bunched together, or was there any separation between the three of them?
I can't really accurately recall.
Okay. As you saw them walking towards Selma, could you hear anything that was happening between them?
No.
Did you hear even any raised voices, even if you couldn't make out exactly what was said?
Prior to that, yes, but at that stage, no.
When you say prior to, do you mean at the parking garage?
Yes.
Okay. So you heard arguing at the parking garage, but you didn't hear any arguing as they went down Argyle?
No.
When these three were, did it appear to you that they were all men?
It did appear that they were all men.
Okay. Is there anything else distinct about them that you could describe?
No. One was wearing a black hoodie, but again, it was a long time ago. I don't know if that would be an accurate recollection.
Okay. When they, could you even tell the race of these people?
It was dark. I don't know.
Okay. So when these three men got to the corner of Argyle and Selma, where did you see them go?
I saw them turn, from my perspective, left, and then into it's kind of like a parking lot behind these buildings.
Okay. I still have people 6 displayed up on the screen here. Can you see the direction that they went in this photograph?
Yes.
And where would, if you could take the pointer, just kind of show us where they walked down Argyle and which way they went down Selma. Okay. So, Your Honor, I would say she's describing walking southbound on Argyle towards Selma on the east side of the street, and then making a left turn and staying on the north sidewalk of Selma, headed eastbound. So you're describing them walking past this building out of view, correct?
They weren't out of view for me.
My apologies, that was not a great question. It would have been off of this
Yes.
photograph. Correct. So if I take you back to People's One, what you described was them walking south on Argyle, making a left on Selma, and continuing on Selma, correct?
Yes, and turning into like a parking lot area.
And as they were walking on Selma, could you still see all three of the men that you've been describing?
Yes.
Did you hear anything between them at that point while they were on Selma?
No.
Did you see any interactions between them while they were on Selma?
No.
You said they got all the way to the corner of Vista Del Mar, correct?
From my vantage point, it appeared that they went into the parking lot area. I'm not entirely sure what the street is called. I just know that it's behind the El Centro Apartments.
Okay. If it's marked here as Vista Del Mar, does that sound accurate to you?
If that's marked as that, then I suppose it is accurate.
Okay. And you know that there's a parking lot at that corner of
Yes.
Vista Del Mar and Selma?
Yes.
So you said what you described was they walked into the parking lot, correct?
Yes.
Where did you see them go from the parking lot?
I saw them in the parking lot, and then they had what appeared to be an altercation, and then everyone left.
Can you describe what you mean when you say they had an altercation?
Again, this was a long time ago. I can only speak on what I can remember. It appeared that they had some kind of disagreement. There was what appeared to be like a firearm pulled. There appeared to be shots, and then people ran away.
The initial altercation that you're talking about, what was the first thing that you observed?
I can't recall.
Okay. The person that you observed with the gun, where was that person in relation to the two other people?